I am Captain Logan, and this is day 213 of Spawn Year. I often feel while I'm reading a Spawn comic that the primary goal is not to tell an engaging story, but to make me feel uncomfortable. I've always believed intent is an important component of an artistic work and considering when judging it, and so forget everything I've ever written about the ineffectiveness of these comics. I'm uncomfortable all the time, and it's not just all this heavy material I'm wearing either. Making the reader feel something about what's happening to its characters is part of the job of the storyteller, and so sometimes it is entirely appropriate for the reader to feel disquieted, disturbed, even disgusted, and all kinds of other unnerving synonyms that also start with a D. But just because I'm disconcerted by what I'm reading doesn't automatically make it a good story, even when it's what it's going for. My above diatribe about its effectiveness was intended as sarcasm. Forgive me if it fell flat. I am rediscovering my wit now that my memory has returned, and it's difficult not to feel perpetually brutish when you look and sound like I do. The pictures in this comic and their connotations would cause me to experience discontent without the printing of a single word. I see a well-to-do, obviously eccentric man buying an antique Nazi lamp from the back room of a gun shop. I see a nude woman in a concentration camp wearing the same symbol from the lamp on her skin. Without reading a single word, I can draw the reprehensible conclusion as to why the lamp is hidden in a back room and sold in secret. The lampshade was made from the prisoner's skin. This is a typical Holocaust story about people benefiting from the unthinkable injustices done to others. I don't use the word typical to belittle or dismiss the subject matter, but as with the KKK story way back in issue 30, I feel like I've been here before. Hallwin is tackling unsavory territory, but his approach seems sensational before it's thoughtful. An SS officer becomes enamored with a gypsy girl and gives her special treatment, giving her work inside as his personal servant, but she shows him no gratitude and calls him a monster when he professes his affections for her. He is repelled by her disdain. After all, he reasons, if it weren't him here following Nazi orders, it would be someone else. That's the lesson Spawn teaches the eccentric businessman with the same attitude. The man who profits from evil perpetuates evil. The camp would exist without me, or the lamp would have just been sold to someone else, doesn't excuse that complacent behavior. The SS officer takes his own life, unable to live with the atrocities he's contributed to. Perhaps he ordered the girl's execution out of rage when she rejected him, but for some reason it's left ambiguous. The message here is obvious, and the same whether he gave the order or not. But I must give credit where it is due. The lamp is a striking, terrifying image, and what's here isn't implausible or confusing, it just never moves beyond a moral, and it isn't about Spawn himself. I guess this is a Spawn arc of disconnected stories that don't need Spawn. It's not until the end, and I realize Spawn is putting the history of the lamp in the rich guy's dreams, that I quit asking myself how in the world Spawn is haunting the Nazi guy in World War II. But then, the Nazi writes about a persistent ghost of death in his journal that haunts his dreams, so is the idea that the rich guy from the present has taken his place in this dream version and it has Spawn in it? Because that's the only way getting his journal entries and narration makes any kind of sense. But Spawn, why are you singling him out? What about the morally ambiguous dealer who sold it to him? Doesn't he deserve to learn this lesson too? Angel Medina is stepping up his game here, starting to finally make me forget how much I miss Capullo. There's a lot of meticulous detail in the historical stuff, especially the unique, horrifying beauty of that lamp, and the panel of the unaware German children playing in wonder and awe in a snowfall of human flesh is chilling. I will admit the imagery in this one spoke to me in a way the vague narrative itself didn't, but it could have been in any comic, at least any adult comic at all. Spawn is superfluous here. He has become a completely generic Death Spectre. I want a chilling situation like this to affect and challenge Spawn. Or, if he isn't the hero anymore, let him influence things in the background, but give me a central character to follow. 103 issues in, and it is still art over story. Take out all the words, and this is a better comic book. Signed, Captain Logan.